Hello, on this video I'll show you how to create dimension, multiletter and text styles. Remember that according to the most of drawing standards, text heights on the printed project must be the same no matter what scale particular part of the drawings is in. 2 mm is the minimum to make the drawing readable. Imagine drawing with 5 different scales. If you would not keep this principle, you would have 5 different text sizes on one paper sheet. As you can see, it does not look great. Okay, then let's start from text styles. On the ribbon, go to Annotation tab, expand the drop-down list within text panel and select Manage Text Styles. Alternatively, you can just simply type style on the command line and hit enter. On the prompted window, click New on the right side and set the name of the text style. Then you can set its font style, size, direction, width factor, and so on. Simple, isn't it? When setting text sizes, remember that normally text and dims on the printed projects is 2.5 mm high. So for the part of the drawing in scale 1:1, use text height 2 or 2.5, but for scale 1:50, use text height 100 or 125. Save your style by clicking Apply and OK. What about dim styles? To create them, on the ribbon, go to Annotation tab, expand list within Dimension panel, and click Manage Dimension Style. Alternatively, just simply type dim style on the AutoCAD command line. Similar as with text, there is some default style created already, but let's create your own one. To do so, just click New button, set the name of the dimension style, and select which dim style will be your base. Click Continue. On the prompted window, there are several tabs where you can determine colors, sizes, tolerances, fitting settings, and everything else applicable on the dimension. I'll not be going through each option as most of them are self-explanatory. Also, changes are visible on the sketch. Remember about correct text sizes, which I've explained a minute ago. I'll create some random dim style matched to scale 1:1, so text height, but also arrow height, will be 2.5 mm. And say text color will be red. Once you've gone through everything, click OK and close Dim Style Manager. Now on AutoCAD, go to Annotation tab and on the ribbon under Dimension panel, select Required Dimension Style from the drop-down list. Now draw dimension. And there it is. As you remember, this dim is matched to scale 1:1. Now you want to create dimension matched to scale 1:2. Just select 1:1 dimension, go into Properties, and change value of dim style overall to 2. Now right click on the new dimension, select dimension style and save as new style. Enter name of the new dimension style and click OK. That way you can create set of dimension styles matched to different drawing scales. And lastly, Multiletter Styles. On the ribbon, go to Annotation tab, expand the drop-down list within Multiletter panel, and select Manage Multiletter Styles. Alternatively, just simply M-letter style on command line and hit enter. Next steps are pretty much the same as in text and dim styles. As you can see, by following the steps, you can create set of styles matched to different drawing scales. There is alternative way of making text height the same throughout the drawings. This option is named Annotative. You can choose this option when creating dim text multiletter styles. You can also use one of the styles already created and change on the properties to Annotative. To do so, first check what is your annotation scale of current view in model space. You can see this on the bottom left corner on status bar. 1:1 is default, and for now let's leave it as is. Now let's copy dim style, which is matched to 1:1 scale. Select this dimension and on the properties change it to Annotative. And as you can see, additional option appears where you can add a list of scales you will be using this dimension style in. Click on the small rectangle next to the Annotative scale, and on the prompted window you can create list of scales. Let's say we want to have this dim in 1:10, 1:20 and 1:50 scales. Click OK. Now when you highlight this dim, you can see the graphic representation of the scales which you've chosen a minute ago. Height of non-highlighted dimension is determined by the Annotative scale of model space. Okay, but we have scale 1:1, which is not on the list of scales for this dimension. In such cases, by default, annotation objects are shown at scale which is the closest to current annotation scale. Another reason why you can see this dimension is the option Show Annotation Objects is turned on by default. If you turn it off, you can see that this dim disappears, but when you now change annotation scale to 1 to 10, you can see it appears. So summarizing, by using annotative option, you can have only one dimension style and it will automatically be changed to the annotation scale of model space or viewport. That's the reason why on the viewports you can see two scales, standard and annotation scale. So if the viewport annotation scale is different than the one of the annotation scale of dimension, it will not be visible on that viewport. The same rules are applicable for text styles, multiletter styles, but also for hatches, blocks. You can have one hatch block which will be adjusted to the annotation scale. Option to make particular hatch and block as annotation is available during creation of new objects, but also in the properties of existing ones. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. Also visit my Facebook and Twitter pages where I'll be posting AutoCAD quick tips. Thanks and see you around.